We're now joined by our pole sitter for Sunday's Advocare 500, Ricky Stenhouse, driver of the number 17 Best Buy Ford. It is Ricky's first Coors Light Pole Award in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. He also qualifies for the Sprint Unlimited. So a great lap. Carl was in here just a little bit ago joking about that Jack told you to run the bottom. He ran the top. So he mentioned that he was excited to start on the front row with Fords and both from Roush Fenway. But talk a little bit about your lap and just kind of coming here to Atlanta.
I love Atlanta. It's been a good track for us here in the Nationwide car. I think our worst finish was 10th. We got a third and a first. So Atlanta's been a fun racetrack. I enjoy. Friends and family get to come out. It's not too far from home, and the guys worked really hard on our Best Buy Ford Fusion today. We unloaded. We weren't very good, and we kept making changes. I kept making big changes and got it to where it needed to be. And so I was a little hard on them today, but everything paid off. They work hard. And we're excited, like Carl was saying. We got 2 Roush Yates Fords on the front row, and it takes a lot of horsepower to put a lap down like that here at Atlanta. So, like I said, this is it's a fun racetrack. I think, not 100% sure. I think Carl got his first win here, maybe.
Yes, he did.
So hopefully we can do the same thing. So, it's a fun racetrack. We enjoy it, and looking forward to Sunday.
All right, we'll take questions for Ricky. Please raise your hand and say your name and affiliation, and we'll start with Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you surprise yourself with that lap, given the fact that you were 23rd fastest in practice? How much did the draw have to do with the speed? And this is really a milestone for you in the Cup Series. What does it feel like?
Yeah, it's finally good to get something accomplished this year. We've not got much accomplished of what we thought we should, or the goals that we were setting out to get. But I felt really good about our race car. We ran a lap at the end of practice on new tires, and looking at the guys that also made runs at the end, we stacked up right there with them. I think Carl ran a 29.88. We ran a 92. Gordon ran a 91. I thought the 11, he was really fast, and he probably got hurt going a little bit early, as long as the 18 as well. But the draw was a huge benefit to us, and so it's good to finally to get something accomplished. It was a lot of fun today, and hopefully we can run strong in the race. We got track position starting out, which is key, especially here at Atlanta when you're going to take 4 tires every time. A place like Michigan, you can take no tires, 2 tires. A place like Bristol to try to get that track position. But here at Atlanta, you don't take 2 tires. So it's good to have that track position already.
All right, let's go to Bob.
Bob Hucker, Sporting News. What do you feel this says about kind of your progression, or is this just a fast lap on a Friday?
Yeah, it's a fast lap on Friday. I mean, it's no doubt about it. It doesn't translate. It doesn't automatically go into the race. I mean, we got 500 miles here, but I do feel like the last few weeks we've been a lot better than we have, at the beginning of the year. I feel Michigan running in the top 10, blew a right front, and then last weekend having a little bit of engine trouble there, running 12th. So I feel like we've been running a little bit better. I've learned a lot this year, and like I said, it's not fun, not running up front and not, consistently in the top 10, top 5. But, it's still our goals. We're still striving to do that. And we're working really hard, and the guys are definitely putting all they got into it. And just enjoying this fast lap. And hopefully we can get the Best Buy Fusion to drive as fast in race trim tomorrow.
All right, let's go to Don Coble.
Don Coble with Morris News Service. When Jack told you run the low line, were there any thoughts about that? And number 2, was there any apprehension to do that? Number 2, what was it like down there? How hairy was it?
Well, we were sitting in the trailer after practice, and Jack asked me, what line I was going to run in qualifying, and having the late draw, I told him, well, whoever's on the pole at that time, I'm going to run where they ran. And he said he didn't want to hear that. He wanted to hear that I was going to run the bottom because it makes him less nervous when I'm on the bottom. So after Carl ran out there in the 42, they were first and second after running the top. I got all the way to about 3/4 way down the front straightaway and was still trying to contemplate whether I was going to the bottom or the top. And once I pulled it down to the bottom, I felt like if it stuck when I went back to the throttle, we were going to have a good lap. And the guys had it free enough for me that the front still turned, and we were able to hold the throttle down and use all that Roush Yates power off the corner. So, and then I felt like I got through 1 and 2 really, really good, and I just knew I had to maintain through 3 and 4 and not miss the bottom, and we were able to do that.
All right, let's go to Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Today Sports. Ricky, I can remember in May when you were talking to some of us, and it was right after Kansas, and it seemed like you were on the cusp of a breakthrough, and then that's been 3 months.
Then it was a foul.
But when Carl was in here a minute ago, he said it wouldn't surprise him if you were to win a race or to win 2 by the end of the season. Do you feel like you're that close to getting back to where you were, and maybe like where were you in that 3-month period where things just haven't gone quite that way?
Well, I think there's a lot that's changed. Jack's held nothing back. We've built new cars. We're doing everything that we can at Roush Fenway, and Doug Yates is working on the engines as hard as he can. Ford's working really hard, and so I think our cars are getting a lot better. Which has also in turn helped me run a lot better. I'm learning these cars out. Learning how to drive them throughout the race, how to drive them throughout practice, so that we are good in the race. I feel like earlier in the year I was just driving as hard as I could throughout practice, and it didn't really translate to the race. When you started racing guys, the car drove totally different. Kansas was a track that we went and tested at, and we showed up. We knew we were going to be fast, felt good, and almost had a win there, and led laps, felt really good, and thought that we could carry that momentum out throughout the year, and it just hadn't played out for us. We've struggled with with a lot of things, but we've learned from a lot of them, and hopefully we can apply that to the rest of the year. I think in 2010, my rookie year in Nationwide, it was about now that we started running a little bit better, and we kind of carried that throughout the rest of the season. And I can't promise you that's what's going to happen, but that's what we're going to try to do, and carry that momentum into next year.